Hello everybody, Iain Robson here. Welcome back to an episode of Emerald Coast USA. As you can see, we're started breaking into this field here. We're on field number 1, which is canola in this context here. And as you can see, we're using our combine, and I'm just adoring the workmanship of the combine. It's quite nice inside, actually. There's a couple things that I'm not too keen on, but for the most part, it's a pretty nice combine. Better than most John Deere combines I've seen, actually, because a lot of the time what will happen with the combines is you'll kind of have a nice exterior and like a kind of poor interior, and this one's got a pretty nice interior, actually. So it's kind of got a bit of both, which is kind of nice to see because we don't see that too often. As you can see, we're just broke into the field. We've done 2 headlands already. We are just heading north-south in the field now. Got a courseplay driver unloading us at the moment. Working the GPS here a little bit. It's not too bad. Perhaps I should have made that a bit closer. Anyways, let's go ahead and... Oh, he's already on his way. Don't even need to call him up. So he's going to drive up here. He's got 87% in his trailer right now. Gotta love that drive control there. Shows us what's in the trailer, or how much is in the trailer right there. I don't know. I think there might be some other mods that might do something like that. I don't know for certain, mind you. Because I think, let me see, I think it's the only one that does that. And I'll be curious to see whether or not in FS19 if they actually incorporate something like that or not. Because what will happen is, what tends to happen is, as the game gets developed, you'll see like certain mods kind of, some aspects of mods kind of get incorporated into the actual game itself. So it's been kind of neat over the years to see how some of those games have got brought, well, parts of them have gotten into the game itself. So I don't know, if that driver doesn't hurry up soon, we're going to be kind of full here. 86%. We'll have to slow it down here a little bit for him. I don't know how fast he's going, but he's not going very fast at all. I guess 24 is the max speed it's set for. Of course, play set for normally. And if you take a look at this right here, you can see how close it actually is. Like, you can actually, let's see, I could actually adjust this in, which one is it? This one, I guess it is. Side offset. So I could set this so it's probably like 9.5, 10. And that would probably work a bit better. So you see how the tractor is slowly branching away there? Yeah, so 10 makes a little bit more sense. That's actually in the middle of the trailer. Before it's kind of like just on the edge of the trailer. So if it's unloading still and you don't care, go for it. If you do care, you can always do what I just did there and adjust that offset, the side offset for the tractor, and that'll allow you to kind of fix that problem a little bit there. All right, let's make a turn here. Apparently I turned my GPS off at some point there. It's funny, these lights in the back are a little comical because they're like always. It looks better when the lights aren't on, let's just say that, because it doesn't look so silly. Hopefully that 7R can turn around there, but I suspect it probably won't be able to. Oh, courseplay. How you make me laugh sometimes. There we go. Now this guy get this drop off the trailer itself. Let's see which way he's going to go. You're really going to go turn that way? Tell me you're going to avoid the no. Not going to avoid the fence at all. Guess going to have to do the turn for him. And let's see where he goes this time here. At least he goes that way, I suppose. But still. Sometimes you got to wonder about courseplay and be like, well, why exactly did you choose to go that way? Other times you're like, wow, that's pretty amazing that's able to do that. So it's kind of... you take a look at one way, you're like, other way, you're like, oh, wow, that's amazing. So you kind of go back and forth a little bit and kind of decide which way is the best way or which way's, I don't know. It's kind of comical, let's just say that. It's comical to see what courseplay tries to do or what it thinks is the right thing to do, and you're kind of like, not so sure about that. Now that course I made for that driver over there, we'll see if he gets stuck, because I kind of drove close to a couple things, so he might even get refueled, I should say. He might, I don't know. He's not that low in fuel. You use a couple different refuel options actually in course, but you can have it set up so it refuels every single time, or when it refuels just when it's below 10%, I think it is. But you have to play a lot. Well, with realistic fuel usage, you have to play a lot in order to like get even low on a tank, it seems like. At least that's been my experience. Like, I guess before that, you know, play for an hour, you'd have half a tank left, something like that. But now with realistic fuel, you can play for hours before you ever refueling. Like, the only way you really have to refuel is when you are trucking back and forth through a field, for example. Like if you're doing an overloading scenario, that's kind of the one situation where you might have to unload, or you might have to refuel, I should say. Did he make it? Oh yeah, seems to have done all right. No problems either, apparently. That's good. I thought for sure we were going to have some problems there. There we go. Get lined up for the next pass here. Perfect. And adjust my... Oh, we're right now. Yeah, sometimes you'll find with course play, what will happen is it'll go do something and you'll kind of get stuck halfway there. Someone was asking the other day how to do this, like to bring up this GPS information. So it's left control and then the delete button on your keypad. That's what will do that. And if you don't have a keypad and you have a laptop, I'm not sure, to be honest with you. A lot of laptops do have keypads on them, so that's keypad I'm referring to is on the right hand side. I don't think it does just control delete, does it? No, apparently that would be course play though. Yeah, so it has to be the delete. So it's like it'd be like you have the buttons 1, 2, 3, and then right below the 3 you'd have the period sign or the delete sign right there. So I don't know. I like to keep the minimum one up just to make sure I'm following the line for whatever reason, because more than once I have thought I was following GPS when in fact I actually was not following GPS, and then I ran into a fence. So, oh man. There you go. So that's what it looks like now that I've adjusted that offset there. That looks so much better. So much better. It's ridiculous how much better that looks actually. Because before it was like on the edge, it looked like it was spilling over. Now it looks just normal. Alright. Now the problem is he's going to do this. He might, maybe no, there might be enough space for him to figure out which way is the best way to turn. Because before we ran right into the fence. There we go. Also, as you notice, we got chopped straw on this map too, which is nice. So if I cultivate under that straw, in this case it's chaff from the canola, I'll get another layer of fertilization, which is good. There we go. Excellent. So we'll see how that driver makes out at the end there, mainly because of the direction it's pointing at this point. Because before it just wanted to run straight into the fence, and that's all it wanted to do basically. There we go. I don't think we have any other fields that are actually ready. It's just let's see here. Ready to harvest. Yeah, just this one right now. Although 3, 2, and 7, and 5 are close. I don't know what I put in there though. What did I put in there? 5 is wheat, it looks like. 7's not mine. 2 is barley, which was close, and 3 looks like it is corn. Yeah. Appears to be corn. Nice. Let's go ahead and hire a worker there real quick. Bring up my little monitor here. Let's see how this works here. This is of course from the soil mod. Gives me all the information. I'm still not 100% sure what you're supposed to do with that information, but apparently it's important information. I don't know. Anyways, let's grab this guy right here. Get started on some fertilization. Apparently this is all tracks. Apparently is what we have. Good visibility on the river, on the 3-point hitch there. Let's go ahead and fill up this guy. This is a gigantic tractor for what I'm going to do with it. Oh, there we go. I'm never sure which one's which. I'm always like, is it this one or is it that one? I don't know. I should know the symbols by now, but I never do. There we go. Close the hatch there. Get this started. Now this should give me... Well, let's see if I can adjust that a little bit. That should give me 2 stages of fertilization there. At least should give me... What will happen is I'll get one from cultivating that under, and then one from this right here, if memory serves. That's the way it should work, at least. Looks kind of neat having this double tracked unit here. Although, like I said, that that fertilizer barrel seems awfully small behind this tractor. And this one actually, this 9RT actually looks good in comparison to the last one we had. Someone left a comment there the other day saying like, "Oh, that is ugly." I'm like, "Oh, that's why I didn't use it before." And then a couple people pointed this one out to me, and then I was like, "Let's give it a go." And then it is indeed quite a nice looking tractor, in comparison at least. Let's pass number 2 there. The joys of 50-meter spread. And that mod is the variable width variable width fertilizer width, something like that. It's been a while since I looked that one up. It's pretty cool little mod because it does allow you to kind of adjust the width of your fertilizer. So if you're using it only do it with solid fertilizer or manure, which is nice. So I did it primarily for manure because, well, I guess not true. I guess I did it for this solid fertilizer because it's nice to have that extra bit of width when you're fertilizing. Because you're like, hey, now I don't need to do like 2 passes as opposed to 3 passes. So, which is nice. Cool. Alright folks, I think we'll end it there for the time being. My name's Iain Robson. I hope you enjoyed. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for some more Emerald Coast USA. I'll catch you guys later.